Hello again and welcome to Ndudu by Fafa. Hello, creators. Thank you again for tuning in for another exciting episode with Fafa. If this is your first time, you welcome. Now, in my previous video, I shared this incredible recipe of aboboy akara. So it's me sort of fusing both Guinean and the Nigerian culture together, as one should really, isn't it? Exactly. Anyway, so I used bambara beans, or may I say bambara nuts, for this recipe. You can use chickpeas or any beans of your choosing. And what I then did was soak the beans overnight, change the water once. Now, once it's ready, I would rinse it and then I will use it for this recipe. Now, if this is your first time and you haven't clicked the subscribe button and you like what you see so far, please do me that great service and click that now. Thank you. And also activate your notifications to all. So each time I do upload a video, you, my dearest, are notified of it and you do not miss any infusion of flavors. So in that previous recipe, I also char grilled my peppers, added onions, a bit of chili, and as you can tell, they were ripened plantain. Yes, and of course, I blended this beauty together to get the smooth consistency. Yes. The next thing is I'm adding my salt to taste and using my whisk, I'm whisking this mixture together until it's aerated. I need it light and fluffy, so when I do steam this, it comes up with a very light and fluffy momoy, may I say. Now let's incorporate some textures. So I've added my sliced banana shallots. Of course, you can use your normal onions. And then for that kick of heat, I've added some chopped green chilies. I'm also adding my diced yellow peppers and diced smoked red peppers. I'll be mixing all of this together until it's well combined. This is what I love about cooking. It's about the textures, the flavors, cooking at the right temperature, and not allowing the flavors to overpower each other, but just to marry, just to be so exactly. So at this point, this looks like a vegetarian mixture, but later I do add my lovely smoked fish to it, which then turns this into a pescatarian dish. But of course, if you're looking for a vegetarian dish, you can omit all of this together. Now I'm going to be, infusing some flavors into my palm oil, or may I say spiced palm oil, which is locally known to as a zumi. Yes, that's the best one to go for. And to that, I've added some of the banana shallots and some of my green chilies, and I'm going to warm this through for about 4 minutes on a low heat. Now, the reason why I don't want this to overcook is because I will be steaming this mixture together. And of course, that means this entire, onions and stuff, they're also going to be cooking further. So if I overcook it now, then it's just going to end up into a mashy mess. But I just want it crunchy and ever so beautiful. I've allowed the palm oil to cool down, and now I'm transferring or adding it to my mixture. And I'm going to mix all of this together till I get that beautiful, rich mustard color. Yes, you can increase the amount of oil that you want in here, but I personally just think this works beautifully because it's nice and delicate and beautiful. Now, for that smoky fishy flavor, I'm adding my smoked herrings. And of course, I'm going to be mixing this together. Now, in my previous video, I showed you how to make your smoked fish stock, which is an incredible stock that you need to try. It's best to use for your soups, stews, your rice dishes. Absolutely incredible. Now, this looks rich, silky, and you can just see that it's packed with various textures. You're almost like, is this enough? Trust me, it is. So now to a saucepan, I've added some water and I've covered it with some leaves. So the water is going to act as a steam and the leaves are going to act as a barrier or preventing the water from permeating right through to the momoy that I'll be wrapping in the leaves. So yes. And you do need enough water. I mean, do not worry, I'll leave all the list of ingredients and measurements as well on my blog, fafagilbert.com. So here I've got my leaves and I've placed it in my palm, and I will be scooping this mixture into the leaves and folding it, and that's when we place it in the pot, and that will just steam its way through. So I've just molded the leaves to fit into my palm, as you can tell, yes. And there we go. So that's where in the middle of the leaf is where I'm going to be placing my mixture. Exactly. So just follow this, and here we go. Now, this is the way I wrap it. You can wrap it. There are various ways that one wraps it, but I like it like this. It's easy. It's just the same way as when you're buying your wache from the street vendor or your rice and it's served in the leaves. Yes, exactly the same. So here I've just folded it in two and then just sealed the bottom. Yes, as you can tell, so I've folded it to the bottom part of the leaf. And then I'm going to do exactly the same thing to the top. So now that it's secured, I've just folded that part and then that part and also fold it to the bottom. So here we have it. And that pocket there would allow that steam to still permeate through. And then the flavor of the leaf would also embed itself into the momoy. This is so beautiful. Such a beautiful dish. You definitely need to try it. And if you want a spicier version, you can increase the amount of chilies that you do use. For this version, I like mine just so. So the recipe requires, or the recipe would make for a mild tasting dish, or momoy, may I say. But look at this. So you're going to get the onions. You're going to be biting into it. And of course, you're going to be biting into the herrings as well, the smoked herrings once it's done. Now, if you do like what you see, please do me that great service of smashing that like button, sharing the video with your family and friends, invite them over. This is a cool sort of like environment to be at. It's all positive and all encouraging. Absolutely. So yes, I'm just checking the water content and that is great. And now I'm going to be adding my momoy to my saucepan. And yeah, just making sure that everything is perfect so that I can cover it with its lid. And I'm going to cook this on that very low heat because I want that residual steam to continuously go through. Now, you do need to check after every 15 minutes that there is enough water in there. If not, do boil your kettle and just add a little bit of the hot water. You just lift the leaves a little bit carefully, do not hurt yourself, and just add a bit more of the water, and that would allow the steam to go through. Now, maybe to also check if your momoy is ready. You can insert it with a skewer, and if it comes out clean, you know it is. So after 40 minutes, this has steamed beautifully on that low heat. And here we have the pièce de resistance. This is not any other food. Ndudu oglonenye ya. But then check on flavor say, hey, one kasashe. Aduane na na yaye. Nti obi nsbia obetimi aye aduane nza. Brody ka ho, brody aye, like it's ripened and it's nice and that flavor is just beautiful. So it's almost like having aboboy and tatale all in one with that smoky herring flavor. This is a protein-packed dish, exactly, that you don't even need anything else. Ndudu by Fafa, Koba Ndudu and Yukwelu, Fafa, come on, Ndudu, and Fafa. I love the flavors, Ulama, Bala, Ndudu, Vivi, Dr. Ndudu, hey, Abuka. If you like this recipe, then you also need to try my smoked beans and corn sort of banku mixture. That is also incredible and it's gluten free. I'll leave all the links to these recipes in the description box below. As I mentioned earlier, I'd leave the list of ingredients, including the measurements, on my blog, fafagilbert.com. Whilst you're there, do not forget to subscribe. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, including Facebook as Ndudu by Fafa. So pass by and say hi. Noel, thank you very much for my theme song. And until my next video, take care of you, be nice, be beautiful, and guess what? I love you for you. Thank you very much for watching.